I've never met a woman like you before in my life. You make me so happy. I told my mom about you. You and my dad. I told my mom about you and my dad and my sister. I totally see a future with you. I can see a future. I think about you all the time. I have no nefarious intentions for you. I think you're like such an incredible woman. I have so much to learn from you. I love you. I actually love you. I like care about you. I like you and I want to be with you.
I really don't mean to be a brat, but it's like, when is it going to be my time? Like, I am independent and strong. I'd like to think I have it pretty much together. Like, I'd like to say that I am pretty beautiful. But one thing about me, yeah, girl, can't get a man for her life.
How are we dating these days? Single, divorced, 30-ish parents. How are we dating? People are telling me, oh, you'll meet somebody. You'll meet somebody when you least expect it. You'll meet somebody where you go.
Hi, my name's Yaya, and I'm sick of this. I want a husband. Where is my husband?
What's good, guys? It's your boy Josten J coming to you with another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. Alright, women are admitting they're frustrated with men ignoring them in modern dating. We got action. Let's cook.
Somebody explain to me why it is so hard to go to a sports bar to possibly meet a man who's gonna buy me a drink. Let me know. My friend and I have gone to 3 different bars. Let me know why it's so difficult. At this point, should I go home?
She's talking about men in sports bars or whatever. Men just want to eat their wings, watch the game, drink their drink, and strike up a conversation maybe with somebody who's not begging for something in exchange to have a conversation with them. A drink is like $15, $20. And yet they're still begging. They're still wondering why. You can't come out of your pocket $15 to $20 to have your own drink. That's a part of the problem too. You know, people are going to say drinks are expensive nowadays, but that's not even a problem. 15, 20 bucks? Not a problem. Why are you always begging? Men buy their girlfriends and wives things, not strangers and panhandlers. They're never going to understand this. Before we get to the next one, let me put you guys onto a great deal. Sponsor of today's video is Tej Hanley. This skincare routine is uncomplicated. It is simple for men. Okay, if you think that you don't need a skincare routine, granted, you know, I understand. But I thought the same thing too, until I started using this, and it's a game changer. There's a lot of things that come in this box that are gonna be useful to you. Let's go over it. So you get a daily face wash. So you're gonna clean your face off, you're gonna get the dirt off, but then they have an exfoliating scrub that goes deep into your pores. It gets all that backed up gunk off your face, and you actually feel it while it's working. You can feel your face tingling. So after you're done with that, you're gonna use an AM moisturizer, and it comes with a PM moisturizer. So it's not gonna leave you out here with dry skin and you're just not looking your best. You are going to look and feel your best with this. And I truly believe the first step to becoming him is actually getting a skincare routine that works. Don't worry about it. They got an instruction card in here that shows you when to use it, how much to use, and in exactly what order. So you will never be confused about anything. Strictly uncomplicated. A bunch of guys have also tested this. A bunch of great reviews. I would not back something that I don't believe in, and I believe in the Tej Hanley way. So if you want to jump on this routine, you're going to get 40% off just to start with your first box, then 20% off for life. Plus, they throw in a free gift valued at over 20 bucks. If you want to jump on this skincare routine, click the link in my description or the pinned comment and get started today.
I've been on the dating apps for a little bit now after taking a big break, and I'm noticing a really big change. And, you know, perhaps this was always the case, but I've just noticed recently that probably 70% of the profiles that I am seeing of men are wanting casual. Now, these are also not guys who are extremely good looking. These are men that I know none of my single girlfriends would be attracted to these men. And I'm just wondering, are men going on dating apps, seeing a button that says casual or no intimacy, intimacy without commitment, or whatever the button is. And they go, "Ooh, I can get that." Click. And then they just hope for the best. I was talking to a man recently who was older. So he was close to 50 and a little bit older than my kind of bracket. And, you know, he was just an average looking guy. There was nothing spectacular about him, but he, you know, seemed nice. So I was talking to him and he asked me what I was looking for. And I said, I'm looking for a man to complement my life and to commit to a loving relationship. That's exactly what I said. And I said, because, you know, I find that a large portion of men want something casual and that's just not what I'm looking for. He then went and said, "Oh, you know, I'm one of those men." And I said to him, there's nothing on your profile that says that you want casual. You've made it out to look like you want a relationship. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, it's, you know, it's a new profile." And I said, "You know, I'm so interested. Like, how's it working out for you? Are you getting, you know, lots of interest from women for casual?" And he's like, "Oh, well, like, not yet. Oh," you know. And I said, "You know what? This is the thing is sorry if you hear that ticking. It's my front door, because I haven't closed it properly and it's like blowing wind." But I said, you know, I think a lot of men, in my experience at the moment, it's like 70% of profiles want something casual. But I don't think 70% of women's profiles are going to want something casual. And I just don't know if it's because men see this little button that they can press and be like, "I choose that option," and then realize they're not actually getting that. That's not something that they're actually getting. And then they complain that they don't have any success on dating apps. Then there are men who say that they want a relationship, and then after you start talking to them, they say they only want casual. Like this man that I was recently talking to. And I just said to him, "You need to put this on your profile, because otherwise, you know, it seems like you want a relationship and you don't. So don't waste any other woman's time. You've wasted my time." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to waste your time." I'm like, bullshit. Yes, you did. He knew exactly what he was doing. He's written that he wants commitment or that he wants a long-term relationship to get extra women to message him. And then later they find out he just wants casual. And is he hoping that he will just, these women will just be like, "Oh yeah, okay, casual"? I'm not sure. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this?
First of all, you can't insult men for their looks, because women will sleep with men, meet up with men for a bunch of different things beyond their looks. So that's the good thing about being a man. You become attractive in multiple ways. Looks are really for you. You need to be attractive. And how is she insulting men for their looks when she's average to below average, looking in the face? Period. You can't even see the rest of her, but in the face, below average, actually. So how are you insulting men? Now, you talk to him because you tried to line him up. Tried to finesse this dude, thinking that he's a sucker or a nice guy. So what's the problem with him having his profile set up as maybe long-term relationship or short, open to long-term? And then you talk to him and figure out that he's looking for something casual. Women don't understand dating apps, especially older women. You don't go guy shopping on there. You have to hook up and then see if you actually like each other beyond hooking up. And then that's when things happen off of that. But she's sitting over here trying to police dudes on their dating profiles. Let's get the next one.
Men these days want the princess treatment. They want you to approach them. They want you to initiate with them. I mean, I just saw a video on Instagram where the guy was saying, "Oh, women, you need to approach us and you need to chase us." And I'm watching this video and I'm going, what the fuck? Like, what is happening? What is happening? Because men are not men anymore. I'm sorry. Why are we doing the chasing? That makes no sense. Somebody please enlighten me.
Why are you listening to the guy on the internet talking about women need to chase men? Why are you listening to that? The only reason why you would be listening to that is if you were getting ignored in your own life, you don't have the options that you wish you had, That's why that's triggering to you. It's honestly why that's triggering to you. Because if you have options, you ever notice women who are so confident, they have a bunch of simps chasing behind them. They have a bunch of validation. They're getting a bunch of attention. The ones who are triggered the most to say anything are the ones that are down on their luck. And the reason why I know that is because it's not even a woman thing. It's a people thing. The most unhappy people are people who are not where they want to be. They see somebody make a purchase. They see somebody, come up. They see somebody get a higher position. Oh, I should have got that position. I've been here longer than them, and I'll put in more pain than them. Oh, he ain't nothing. Oh, he think he's swole. Can never be happy for someone else. Somebody will be talking negative about somebody. They'll jump in the conversation because they don't feel good about themselves. So that's what I'm saying. Why would you listen to that? See, somebody who feels good about themselves, they'll hear somebody talking bad about somebody else and they'll be like, lame behavior. And they'll exit or they'll move themselves away from it because they don't even want to be associated with lame energy. She's only triggered in listening to this because she doesn't have the option. She's being ignored. Let's get the next one.
It's so sad that 2026, we women have to teach men how to be a man and how to talk to a woman, how to treat a woman, because these men, they're late in their 30s, even in their 40s and 50s. They don't even know how to talk to women. You got to remind them to be consistent in text, plan dates, surprise you with flowers, plan dinner dates, do stuff for you. They got to court you. Why do we have to do everything? This is why I'd rather just stay single, because I'm not going to be teaching somebody how to be a man. I need a man who knows how to be a man, who already knows how to do all that. It's so stressful enough for us women, and then for us to be training a man to be a man, or training a boy to grow up to be a man, because, it's insane.
Men still know how to do all of this stuff for a woman that they want, a woman that they see a future with, a woman that they're big off of. Men know how to open doors and do all this chivalrous stuff, right? But what she's not understanding is you're not it. Let me reverse this, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or whatever, but the reason why I tell dudes, you don't have to tell a woman this, remind her of this, be like this to get her to do this. You don't have to do any of that, because when a woman likes you, she's naturally going to do these things for you. So just find those women. How do I know that? Because I'm it. Till this day, I have a woman doing it for me. Multiple women have done this for me. You understand? So when she's saying, I'd rather stay single because I don't want to teach a man, we shouldn't have to do this and teach a man how to be a man. And it's so funny when men are ignoring that. They're ignoring the simp strategy. They don't care anymore. Women say men don't know how to be men anymore. No, you're just not it. Men aren't doing it for you, but men know how to do that for the women that they want. Same thing with women know how to do it for the men that they want to do it for. It's the same thing. They can't see outside of themselves. They don't want to see outside of themselves. She'll have to admit to herself, I'm not it. Which is perfectly fine, because when you admit that to yourself, you can start working on things. Well, what do I need to do in order to obtain this treatment? See, men, we have to figure it out. We have to figure it out. I tell guys all the time, you should not be down on your luck. You should be in the best position of your life. You should work on yourself and your mental, your physical, your financials, everything. Everything, and respect yourself. She doesn't want to look at herself, damn, maybe I need to drop some weight. Maybe I need to be more likable. You understand? Nothing at all. It's just the men's fault. How is it the men's fault when all they're doing is ignoring you pretty much? And there's nothing wrong with that, because men don't even, it's not like they're trying to hurt her or anything. Men are just going on about their business. They're making her offers, but they're not jumping out of the window for her. And now men are the problem. Let's get the next one.
Okay, so this is just a little TikTok to tell everyone that chivalry is completely dead, like dead and into the ground. I just got to the location where my best friend's wedding is, and clearly I'm in a dress and heels, and I asked these two guys, these two like young guys who were like literally 18, sitting in golf carts, two golf carts. They're on their phones. And I was like, hey, like, where's the entrance to like check in? And they led me to the wrong place. Then I get to the right place. I said, y'all led me to the wrong place. Like, oh, sorry. Watch this sweet guy bringing this lady in a golf cart. I literally check in, and then they're like, oh, you need to go park down further. So I asked the guys, like, wouldn't it be easier for y'all to just golf cart me from, I had to park and then walk all the way in the heels, get my suitcase out, and walk. Like, I know it's not that far of a walk. I'm just saying it's the point of it. And I asked you, and you said no. So I literally walked away from them, and I said, I'm directionally challenged. Hopefully I can even make it there. And look, there they go. 2 more people in golf carts doing literally nothing. So that sounds like a dream job. If you want to just do nothing, then I guess come work here.
Did you hear her say, it's not that far of a walk, but that's not the point of it? That goes to show you, this is a perfect example of women can think logically. They can be logical, but they always go back to the emotion. Oh, that's not the point. Well, what's the point? He even apologized before when he gave you the wrong directions. Said sorry. No, he needed to give me a ride. I know it's not that far of a walk, but that's not the point. What's the point? You couldn't have your way. That's it. Let's get the next one.
Have women really made it this easy for men to where they feel like they can do the bare minimum when it relates to courting us women and expecting everything in return? Have y'all made it that easy? Like, what happened to chivalry? What happened to flowers on dates? What happened to opening doors for the lady? What happened to conversations about her favorite food, her favorite restaurants, her favorite color, her preferred dining style? We ain't doing that no more? We don't ask those questions no more? Like, y'all don't even pretend to be interested anymore. It's just like, y'all are clearly used to dealing with these same type of women that y'all are not familiar with what it means to properly court a grown woman.
You know, women don't understand this. You know, courting isn't a thing anymore. It's done. See, they want to be courted and they're going to be like, oh, it's the way I was raised and this, that, and third. Have a conversation with all the other women. Miss us with that. See, these same expectations that you're placing on men aren't placed on certain men. And men are watching this happen. So this is their response. I'm not going over the top for a woman ever. I'm not doing too much ever because once again, it will be my fault when things don't go the way I want them to go. I'm telling you, it's dangerous, bro. Logic is dangerous. It messes up their whole strategy because check this out. If you accept things, I can do all of these things, but it doesn't guarantee me loyalty. I can do all of these things, but it doesn't guarantee me that she will stay here and only give me her attention. It doesn't guarantee all that. When men accept that, they say, okay, I'm going to mitigate the risk. I'm not going to jump out the window. That's why this isn't happening for women, right? But it's not fair if a guy says, I'm going to do all of this only under these conditions. Women say, that's controlling. You can't control me. Exactly. So men say, I don't want to control you. I don't want to take a loss. So I don't even want to invest myself like that. It's still a problem. See, they want you to be able to court them and overextend and overinvest in them. And if you lose, you lose. If you lose, you lose. It is what it is. Nah, absolutely not. So when they're acting confused, they know what's going on. They're just more frustrated that they can't get over on dudes. Dudes are ignoring their playbook, their strategy. Dudes have tried to use the playbook that they're trying to give dudes for the longest time. Will it work in the beginning? Yes, but see, that's not the point. The point is, am I building with this person I did all this for? And what we built, am I getting a good ROI on what we built? It's It's not only about the beginning, bro. See, men, the beautiful thing about being logical, right? You could say, I know I need to experience things for myself, but I can see a bunch of different people who moved a certain type of way and all got the same outcome. Now, let's say I moved that way that they were moving. Now I stopped moving that way that they were moving because they got fleeced, they got finessed, they got played, they got backstabbed. I don't want that to be me. Am I wrong for that? No, just cautious, just smart. They have a problem with it because here's the thing. The more men wake up, right, the less offers are on the table for them to even be able to finesse. This is why I tell you guys, take emotion out of this, right? Let's say they don't want to finesse, but the option isn't even there for them to maybe finesse. No, it's only cooperate or leave. Cooperate or leave. With cooperate or leave, you have to be there to build. You can't be there to take. And it's getting bad out here. Like before, when I'm talking about the $15, $20 drink, right? I'm not saying I'm some big shot baller, but for me to pay for 5 drinks, I don't even drink. But let's say I did 5 drinks in a night. That's nothing for me to come out of my pocket for. Who cares? It's 15, 20 bucks. For them, it's a problem. And if it wasn't, they wouldn't always be begging. That's why men are ignoring that. Men are ignoring that, bro. You work hard for your money. You want to spend your money on whatever you want to spend it on. Spend it on whatever you want to spend it on. You want to put your attention into things that you want to put your attention to? Put your attention there, bro. You don't want to waste your time on nonsense. It's your boy, Josten J. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
You mean to tell me that you have this gorgeous profile filled with gorgeous pictures of you because you're gorgeous and beautiful and you're putting yourself up for sale, basically, like an ad? First of all, what are we advertising? We don't need to be advertising. You are naturally beautiful and everyone gravitates towards you. So besides the fact, you create this ad for yourself, basically, and you put it out there for anyone to see. And all these disgusting people come across your profile and they're like, yeah, I would hit that. And they swipe whatever way they swipe. That person would never come up to you in public. You are so out of 90% of these people's league, maybe more. You're too good for the dating apps. Let's be real. Belittling yourselves to the swipes of people who literally wouldn't even have the confidence to approach you in public. Let's be real. Let's be real. So why are you even letting them in your space, into your DMs, when they wouldn't even ask for your number in public? No, they wouldn't. But you're letting them text you and get access to you that they don't deserve. And then you're feeling bad about yourself because they decided to not text you, whatever. What is happening? They shouldn't even have a chance to begin with. They shouldn't even have a chance to begin with. They don't have the balls. They do not have the audacity. They don't deserve your attention. That is all. It takes a lot more than a swipe and a text to court a baddie. I want flowers. I want phone call. I want date. I want dress code. I want reservations. At the bare minimum. Bare minimum. Why are we selling ourselves on dating apps? Literally, if you're a baddie, I need you to boycott. We're boycotting the dating apps. Fuck.